What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here in this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, let's talk about Rebellion because we have not talked about Rebellion in a while. There's been a lot of other things going on, including the ranked rework as well as reward rework. And I just figure this is an important time because we are actually 1/3 of the way through the sale from a time perspective, right? And maybe actually even from a pack perspective. As you can see here, there's 6.3 million packs left available, but I digress. My main point is that we started in December of 2023. This sale is going to run for a year, right? We'll either burn out or sell out of the packs by December of this year. So April, early April kind of puts us in that 4-month mark, or that 1/3 of the way through. So looking at where we're at, we have sold, let me see here, a total of 865,000 packs when you add up what's open and what's circulating. Now we have another 278,000 sitting in the DAO, which is not a small amount. I mean, that's more than, that's more than a fourth of what is currently open and circulating. So the DAO is sitting on a decent amount of packs. And of course we've burned a lot, but here's the thing. When you think about it, like the burn amount doesn't really matter. I would say that at the end of the day, what we really want to check, and this is where I think it gets impressive, is the estimated value of these packs. Now, the pack prices have fluctuated, and we see it now a little bit down at $3.39. And granted, a lot of that is due to the fact that DEC is off of its peg as well. So keep that in mind. That's 12.5% decrease from when we were up. So the pack price will probably follow that because, of course, the secondary pack prices would actually be lower than what you can get in store. But the estimated value has remained above $4 relatively consistently 4 months into the sale. So I would say that this has been a success so far from the perspective, especially if you're comparing it to Chaos Legion, but from the perspective of holding its value, right? The cards are holding their value. In fact, a lot of players who went heavy on Rebellion are saying that their cards are actually increased in value from when they bought them or when they opened up packs. So in that way, what I'm really liking about this new path that the team has taken, right, where we're burning packs as we go along and people are only buying as they need, is that we are only minting to demand. So as I said earlier, right, there's only about 92,000 that's circulating, 773,000 that have been opened. The only thing that scares me a little bit, right, is how much the DAO is sitting on. And I don't want to get too caught up in that, but just understand that if we're at 275,000 right now, I mean, we're going to be close to 900,000, right? We'll be close to like 8 to 900,000, somewhere in that range, assuming that the packs don't sell out beforehand, meaning that all of a sudden people just come in and buy. And if they do, and we do sell out well before December, then, that many packs probably wouldn't be a big issue. But if we don't, sitting on those packs, right, and assuming we're going to get at least 800,000 packs, considering that we're at 278 already, so you just multiply that by 3, right? So 800,000, 850,000 packs that will be sitting in the DAO if we only hit our goal of 1.5 to 2 million packs, which is what Matt was hoping for. I mean, that's like half to 1/3 of packs technically like that we would inflate, right? We would inflate the pack supply 50%. Now, the thing is, the DAO can't unilaterally make any decision. The team can't make any decision, but that threat of like devaluation would always be there. And it would come at a time, and I think that this is important, it would come at a time when Rebellion would be much closer to being kicked out of modern format. Right now, Rebellion is going to be in modern format for a while, so don't get me wrong. Chaos Legion is the first one to get removed, and that's at further risk of being devalued. And you can see here that Chaos packs are 63 cents, 74-cent value. So these are at further risk of getting devalued when we do the changeover. But I don't expect that for another 15 months or so, especially if we're on like an 18-month cycle. But Rebellion has at least another year and a half, maybe even not 2 years, but maybe actually 2 years ish. We'll have to wait and see what the team decides to do. But like I said, I'm not too worried later on, once we get closer to the end of the year, I do believe that there are going to be many people that come in and either top up their decks to continue playing in Modern format, or a lot of speculators, I think, may come in. And this is where it gets interesting, because I keep talking about the end of the year being exciting for Splinterlands, right? The summer, I think we're going to miss it, and that's fine. The team is working, and they're going to get marketing and all this stuff. But the end of the year, right, I'm talking about Q4, October, November, December, there's not going to be very many packs left available, right? Considering the fact that we're at 6.3 million now, let's say we go another 4 months, we'll be down around like 3 million packs, right? And I don't know how many people would have bought or burned or up until that point, but we'll just say we're at about 3 million packs. At that point, if the team is successful, especially in any kind of marketing that they plan to do and onboarding with new player experience or partnerships, things like that, and we start to get new players in, that could definitely kick things off. And if players are just starting to show up, we could see an interesting potential run on the bank, right? Where people just try to buy out Rebellion before the masses that they believe are coming in actually come in. Again, this is all speculation. There's none of this financial advice. Don't make any decisions based off of this. But I'm thinking to myself, like, there will be a run on Rebellion packs at some point. But the interesting thing that's going to be there is, how will people navigate the DAOs, what's the supply in the DAO? But either way, I'm just kind of rambling here when it comes to Rebellion. And like I said, to me, so far, it's been a fantastic success. The way that they've done this in terms of having a predetermined burn schedule, having only 10 million packs available. Again, 10 million packs was way above what the team needed. And I do wonder if there's a way in which the future they can not set a hard limit and just set a time limit. Although I think that obviously setting a hard limit and a time limit adds to the further constriction of the supply. So I've heard people say maybe just do a time limit in the past, but I think having a hard limit is good. The problem is coming up with that hard limit, right? So obviously they came out with 15 million packs for Chaos. That was way too much. 10 million packs they knew was too much for Rebellion, but it doesn't really matter because there's a predetermined burn schedule that will burn out by the end of the year or after, within a year of the sale going live. So, ultimately, I think that this is a good move. This is something that Splinterlands has definitely improved upon from one major set or major expansion to the next. And I haven't bought many Rebellion cards yet. The need has not been there, but I do anticipate that will change for two reasons. One, talked about this in a previous video, but we will start to get the Legendary Summoner soon. And if those cards are chase cards, then packs could be flying off shelves, or at least flying off the secondary shelf and being opened if people want to get those cards. And there's not as many that were, airdropped. And then, of course, like I said, by the end of the year, I do think a lot of speculators are going to come in, especially if Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto market are doing well at that point. People will probably take their profits into grabbing some Rebellion packs before they're gone. But that's just me. That's just my optimistic take on it. I would love to get your thoughts on Rebellion, how it's been going, and how you expect it to play out over the next 8 months. Let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.